Oh, whatever.
Very easy. Almost lemon. I don't know what that's all about.
Are you talking about your Yingling light beer?
No, I'm
Is that
not
what you-
talking
is that what
about
you
my
brought?
Yingling light beer.
Don't you normally bring the Yingling Light?
That's what I buy.
Yeah.
That or Miller Lite.
I like the Yingling Light the best, but I'll go with Miller Lite as well sometimes.
Yeah, they're both. I think they're actually. I mean, we've had Miller Lite the last couple times at Boomer Jacks, and I've been like,
Correct.
you know what? I'm like, maybe this is better. I don't know.
I'm not a huge fan. I used to drink Miller Lite all the time. I'm not a huge fan. And frankly, I'll tell you, truthfully,
Be truthful. Please,
I
for once.
started drinking Bud Light.
Oh my god!
And I was thinking, Bud Light has a better taste than Miller Lite.
No.
And then Dylan Mulvaney fucking fucked everything up. And I was like, you know what? Fuck off. I'm not drinking.
Oh, you're saying before that happened?
Yeah. And then
No, this was yesterday.
And then
Yeah,
I switched
yesterday.
over to Coors
Yesterday.
Light. I started drinking Coors Light. But this Yingling Light works pretty good. So, Jeff and I went to lunch today.
Yeah.
Someone come join us.
So,
I tried to inject myself, but I like,
Yeah,
why
well.
bother?
So we went to Home Depot. We had to pick up some wood so we could get some projects done, and we sat and had some lunch, and we were talking about I think what I'm going to do, because last time you shared a little story, and you were like,
I did.
yeah, you were just like, I was loading up the beer cooler, and I slid an extra beer in there, thinking, because that was the time you weren't drinking beer. You just said, I'm gonna have my drinks, my bourbon, that's it. And you slid a beer in there, and you're like, oh, Shelley was like, what is that? Is that another? Is that for you? And totally called you out. So I was kind of like, yeah, fuck that, man. I'm bringing Paul some beer. So Paul shows up, and he was like, you're lying. You're not outside. He doesn't realize I ran inside to get fucking beer.
That's what
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, we're fully stocked now.
He's thinking about you.
We have 8 beers. Yeah, that was very nice. I do appreciate
Plus,
that.
he was probably nude
Yeah,
outside
9.
at the time.
Who was?
Sean, wait.
No, I was
for
in
you.
my underwear.
Yeah.
Fully erect.
Yeah,
Oh.
I wasn't erect.
That's
Dude.
usually how he is when I pick him up.
Yeah, just nude. Just
I don't really
All
understand
right,
that.
this is off the trail. Look, this is the first half. It's August 14th
it's the
of the
first
Dudes
5
Like Us
minutes.
podcast. If you guys don't know what the Dudes Like Us podcast is about, we're basically 3 dorks
Yes.
that have been friends forever.
Yeah.
And
middle-aged men.
we got all this stuff laying around. We're like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should do a podcast. And the next thing you know, we're doing a podcast 4 fucking years ago.
No,
just about,
only
right?
because we're extremely qualified for this.
Ah,
we
yeah,
are.
we're just
I mean, we
shooting
went
from the
through.
hip.
Didn't we?
Professional.
Yeah, we auditioned with 10,000 people, I think.
Yes, we're on
And
Spotify.
they picked us.
Yeah, handpicked. And they're like, guess what, guys? You are the proud owners of the Dudes Like Us podcast, and you get nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely
Correct.
nothing.
Zero,
And if you
yeah.
buy bourbon to try, you have to pay for it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we need to find us a sponsor.
Well, Dudes
A
Like Us,
partner.
check us out on Instagram, Dudes Like Us -podcast.
We
We
should.
also have a Dudes Like Us woodcraft. If you're interested in some of the woodcraft stuff we got a little CNC machine from is it One Infinity?
Onefinity, yes.
Onefinity. So
It's a
a
cool
CNC
little. It's a cool little machine.
It's a huge
It does.
apparatus. It does, almost 4 foot by 4 foot. I think it does almost 3 foot by 3
3
foot.
foot by
something
3
like
foot,
that.
yeah.
But it's fun. It's a router, and then we have a little attachment. Does laser. We do plaques, keychains, little refrigerator magnets. It's all fun stuff. It's nothing practical, but it's all fun. It's all fucking fun. It's available to you. Check us out on Instagram -woodcraft and IM us if you want a special project to make. We can whip that out for you and mail it. Thank you, Mr. Producer. We heard some great news and some sad news, and the producer is going to be leaving us, and within a year-ish. He's
No, that's a long time from now.
It's a long time.
It is a long time.
We will thoroughly abuse
but,
him.
I mean,
between now
it'll
and
be a
then.
long time for him, but for us, the dinosaurs, time's going to fly by really quick. And next thing you know, he's going to be fucking gone. And frankly, I'm going to be disappointed that
I know.
he's
gone.
It is.
disappointed is not enough. I don't be sad.
It's the cycle of life.
Of course,
I
it's
know.
your last one.
It's a circle of life.
What you want is you want him to move out, and you don't want him to come back.
No, it's not a matter of that. I'm going to miss him here at the podcast. He's here all the time, dude. He's
is.
like, he's one of the few guys that knows how to use an X32 soundboard, a digital soundboard. I mean, we're not going to ever find another producer that can do that. The only way I think of that person that can do is maybe Taylor. But even he isn't as savvy as our producer is, Mr. Austin. Well, anyways, Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
And we have a boatload of topics to work on. We've got a couple bourbons picked out for the first and second half. What are the topics you want to shoot? You want to talk about the Olympics and the closing ceremony?
Well, let's wrap that up because we've talked about it. Well, it's been going on for the last 2 weeks, right?
It's been going on too long, quite honestly.
Well, it's 14 days is the competition, right? So
because
you have the opening
up,
ceremonies.
When you watch it every night, it blows up your normal routine, right?
It does.
Like, you're supposed to watch your regular shows. I mean, I don't know about you guys. We watch 6 hours on Netflix every night, so... and that puts a dent in that when you're watching Olympics.
Jeez.
Anyway, but yeah, so we had the...
So you're up to like 2 in the morning?
I work every night.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
That's
But
sad.
so they had the closing ceremonies. I really didn't watch it. I heard that I heard that Tom Cruise fell out of an airplane.
I watched. No, I saw some highlights of it, and yes, Tom Cruise, not on an airplane. He was basically up in the rafters,
he
and he had a
jumped
little.
off the top of the stadium.
Yeah, he had a little umbilical cable and jumped
So it was
down.
He adjusted it with his heel.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell that was going on. There was like a little bag or a
was like a
satchel
break.
that was hanging on, and he was kind of like yanking at it like frantically, like something was wrong. And
Was he really?
I mean,
Well, I think it was slowing him down.
well, maybe
So
that's
it was
what it is. Mr.
controlling his
Producer,
speed.
But
can
did
you
he
find
look
up
like he
Tom
was in a
Cruise?
panic?
No,
Oh,
he was just.
okay.
Whoa. That's not true. I've watched that, and
I watched it. I didn't look at his face though.
And
What?
he was terrified.
He was screaming like a bitch.
Yeah.
Help me, please!
Well, he's so small and dainty. He would have bounced anyways. He wouldn't have.
Whatever, dude. He does all of his own stunts.
No, I
obviously,
respect
as you
that.
can tell.
I'm not
I
saying
respect
he's
that
not a
too.
man. I'm just saying he's small and dainty.
I wouldn't say dainty. He's short.
He's 5'7", I believe.
Yeah.
5'7". I take bigger shits than that.
Oh,
What the hell?
whatever. There's nothing wrong with
Well, you
5
said your
foot
butthole
7.
is really small.
It's
You
it
poop
is small.
pencils.
Yeah. Toothpicks, actually. Mr. Producer, were you going to be able to pull that up? Mr.
I don't think
Tom
the
Cruise?
circumference of your rectum
Olympics.
has any bearing to your height, does it?
The circumference
I
or
don't
the
know.
diameter?
That'd be a
Well,
question we could ask
same kind of
Brandon.
thing.
He's taking gross
Not
anatomy.
really. I mean, because you could be like a flat, oblong poop. You know, it comes out like a sheet of a paper, kind of like flat.
Like a sheet?
like a
I'm
beaver's
just going
tail.
back to geometry. So if the circumference is a big number,
Circumference is
or the
these-
diameter is a big number,
No,
both of those
the
indicate
diameter
a very
is
large
the distance between.
one side to the other.
Yeah, and the circumference is the distance around the circle.
Right, but
And-
if it's a big number around the circle, then it's also big.
Well, true, but then
That'd
you've
be
got
a big
weird,
rectum.
You would have a piece of poop
Like a
coming out that's
48-inch
shaped
diameter?
like a beaver's tail. It's flat and curved and
Well,
weird.
I mean,
It
we're
has a-
assuming round.
Oh,
Do people
Jesus.
not have round?
This is the
Cylinder-
first half, right?
Cylindrical.
All right.
A cylindrical?
All right, Tom Cruise suspending from
We're going to have to
the
spend more
Olympics.
time on that.
All right, so I just kind of want to watch it because look, that's the 6-minute version, but we'll really just kind of like
There he
they
is.
show him right
Look at
there.
him all cocky, standing on the edge,
well,
not afraid
hey,
at
look,
all.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, and he just jumped off.
all
He
right,
just
so
fell
he's
off.
got that.
Yes.
He's got that. So he's kind of, he just jumped off, and I'm not really sure what that little box does. But look at the look on his face because he's kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa.
See, it's a break.
Whoa.
It's a break, I think. And then you have some...
And
chick
who's
playing
the chick in the white dress
And
playing the guitar?
It's quite the guitar that
Yeah,
Lindsay is
she's
playing.
kind of a female
she-
version of Lenny Kravitz.
And she's
Her name is Her.
She's killing it.
Oh, come on. Do we have any
She's
sound on that?
She's blues
Is it
guitarist,
armed?
kind of a rhythm and blues type of.
Oh, and he's shaking hands with all the athletes. Look at Tom Cruise. Why is he limping?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody just kissed him.
Oh, look at that. It's a little kiss in there.
Somebody just stuck their tongue down his throat.
a little loud. All right. Well, look. The Olympics is over. I got to be honest. I didn't watch hardly any of the Olympics. The only thing I saw were a few highlights, and I got to tell you, the biggest turnoff for me was the opening ceremony, and
yeah,
that
I
did
know.
it. I was one and done.
Yeah, you
and
you never got past the opening ceremony.
I
did you?
didn't because
There were a lot of Americans that were that way.
I never. First, I don't really watch the Olympics anyways. There are some like I watch some of the winter stuff, but I'm not.
I watch every year. We watch them as a family.
Yeah. Well,
Every
the family's
winter
kind
and
of
summer.
split up right now. So, but
Well, yeah,
Look-
but me and my wife would still watch it.
the point is
Yeah, we did too.
that I wanted to watch it, but
Did you watch it as a
I am
kid?
not going. Pardon?
Did you ever watch it as
Oh,
a
yeah,
kid? Yeah,
absolutely.
we watched every as a family, as a kid growing up, we
Yeah.
would watch it.
Yeah.
It was
It's
kind of special, but
super cool.
it's not special anymore. To me, it's just propaganda, and I feel bad for the athletes, but look, they're getting their medals and they're moving
Yeah.
on, and
To me, that's what the focus of the Olympics are, though.
that's what it should
I'm
be.
not going to get caught up in the bullshit of the people trying to upstage the last organizer
Yeah,
of the
but
last
the next
city.
Olympics
Right.
You know what I
is
mean?
going to be based in Los Angeles, and that is like fucking woke central. That's like
Yeah, I don't
Spook
know.
Central for
More than France?
Ghostbusters. Man, I don't know, man. I mean,
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what happens.
Well, they saw the pushback that France got. Are they rethinking?
no, they're not. They don't give a shit. They're going to do what they want to do, and they're just going to.
Probably.
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. We'll see.
No,
Well,
no,
I'll hold
there's
out.
not a lesson there.
I'll hold out judgment until I see.
Me too.
I
But I'll
won't.
still watch the athletes.
I won't. I think they're all pieces of shit. I love
The
the athletes,
athletes?
though. No, I hats off to the athletes. God bless. Work your ass off
God,
and
so
become
seriously,
world.
they do work their ass off.
Yeah,
man.
and it's kind of sad some of the stuff that they get there and these rules. I don't know what to do. There's someone that won a bronze medal, and I don't know what
The gymnastics
event was.
deal.
Was that what it was? The gymnastics.
Yeah, we watched
and
all
they
that.
took it away from her.
No, they took it away from the original bronze medalist and gave it to her because they disputed something
Yes.
around it. So they took it away from the original bronze medalist, was from Romania, I think,
Yes,
and gave it to
the American.
the American. And then a few days later, they went back and looked at the dispute and says, well, you have 1 minute to dispute and you are late.
And
So
they
the-
said, and they showed video proof that they weren't the American team.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
now
getting
it's
mixed up in
ugly.
that shit.
The whole thing's gotten ugly,
Right,
right?
so
that's
she
So
had
what
to
do you
get-
do? Do you give the medal back or?
Yes.
So look, you know
I
what I
would.
would do.
If I didn't win it, fair and square, I'd give it back.
You know what I would do? I would give them both the bronze. Because you know what? They're both athletes. They're
I think-
both warriors. And you know what? It's the spirit of it. This isn't a participation award. It's not. It's just a gesture. You know what? You guys are really fucking close, and it's argumentative. So we're just going to do both.
What should have
Possibly.
happened, quite honestly, what should have happened is they should have just denied the initial request.
Correct.
So the American team just went, they made an inquiry. And apparently this is not abnormal, but they felt like there was something in the Americans' routine that they didn't see.
It was a little pirouette.
Yes, they didn't see it and they didn't judge on it and they should have given her more points. And so they looked at it and they agreed. So
Correct.
it wasn't bullshit that she didn't deserve it, right? But what you ended up doing was having this girl jumping around being crazy excited that she won the bronze. And then she's told, oh, nope, sorry, we're giving it to the American.
Well, I think
But on the flip side, I'll say one more thing. The Romanian team, they fucked up because she had a low score and they should have done the same damn thing. And that's on her team for screwing that up.
You have 1 minute to protest.
Right. And they should have protested and they
Well, they're
didn't.
beyond the 1 minute. Well, correct.
No, the Romanian team should have
When she was
advocated
done.
for their own
Correct.
athletes.
So what I read is the American team was 4 seconds over. Is the American team disputing that?
Yeah, they said they have video proof that they
Have we seen that?
got it within time. I haven't seen anything, so I don't know.
So I don't know. I
But
don't.
the whole thing sucks
I don't
because now
care.
you have two young women that are both unhappy.
Well, from what I understand, is the American
That's what I'm saying.
said something like
Is she both?
all black,
Scissor it out. and done.
all person of color medals.
Really, that's your solution, Sean?
So she's promoting that.
What's
Are you
scissoring?
sure? I didn't see anything about that.
That's what I read the headline.
She pulled the race card. You're saying?
She said it's an all person,
What?
all women of color medals.
Oh, she
Oh,
was.
okay.
So she
Well-
was celebrating the three people that
And
won,
she says
including
it's here
herself.
to stay.
Oh, I don't like that. We shouldn't. There's no. It doesn't matter what color you are.
No.
Yeah, I'm
you're
so
you're
sick
an
of that
you're
shit,
an Olympic athlete.
Yeah, you're good or you're not.
But one thing that was interesting is that I tell you what, in the basketball, in the men and women's basketball, everybody knows they were going to win, and they know they're going to get to the gold medal round.
And I
But
don't care.
They had to work for it, and this was sucks. I would have been okay if they lose. Isn't that horrible?
Well,
That's like anti-American to say that.
I was struggling with the women's soccer too. Every time they show a highlight, I told you I was like, I want America to win, but I'm struggling with this team right here.
So I'm just glad that this team is different than years past. Like when they had Megan Rapinoe or with the purple hair,
They're just as bad.
Are they?
Yes.
They weren't kneeling for the flag.
They weren't kneeling, but they're still bitching and moaning about.
Are you sure?
Yes, I've heard some
Damn
things.
it! I was hoping they would pass that shit, man. It's so un-American.
Give it another. Get away from Megan Rapinoe and some of these other girls.
and
Megan's such a putt.
they'll be good again.
I think so. You'll weed that bullshit out.
Yeah, they're just toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the women's soccer win?
They did. I think they did.
I don't know.
even know.
They had to make some miraculous late goal.
Well, this is what's coming up. So the NBA struggled.
They didn't struggle,
Whatever.
but they were
Well,
challenged.
to get to the gold. round, they struggled against Serbia, I think.
Right.
And you said the women struggled a bit. Well, what's happening?
No. They never struggled. They won by 1 point in the gold medal round. But go ahead.
Well, what I'm thinking is, and the women's soccer, and this is what happened in the Women's World Cup last time, is the world is catching up.
In all sports.
In some of these sports that were traditionally, now soccer's not traditionally American, but the women's soccer has dominated, but the rest of the world has caught up to them.
Yeah.
And they lost the World Cup a few years ago because I think they thought they were just we're the Americans, so
and
we're
they
going
got
to win.
shocked early, apparently.
Yeah, and I think the European League basketball,
getting better and better.
Even the Sudanese challenged the NBA guys.
In the exhibition game, yeah.
Yes.
You know what, but one thing, I don't know if we talked about it last week when we talked about the Olympics, but, the whole, you find out that all the players on the other countries' teams are kind of American. They're in
the NBA.
Yeah, well, yeah. They went to American colleges. They train in America. They live in America. Hell, the pole vaulter who won gold was born and raised in Louisiana.
Correct.
So it's almost like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think if you're an American citizen, do they have dual citizenship?
I don't know.
So if they have dual citizenship, then that's all fair. But
if they're just doing it because that's where their dad was born, then no.
I think I disagree with that. So
or grandfather.
It to me, it's where you were born. But let's think about this. Let's say my dad is a military soldier, and we go to live in Germany, and I'm born in Germany. Does that make me a German sponsor for the Olympics?
That's a good point. And then also I'll say, when people, even though we're the melting pot of the world, right? So people come over here and they hold on to their heritage and they're proud of their heritage, right? For being third generation German, fourth generation German, whatever. And some families, they hold on to that. They hold on to the heritage and they're extremely proud of it. And I'm cool with that. So then you think, okay, well, they
hold on to your German nationalistic heritage.
Right. I think it's okay to
You're Germanic, the horde.
Jesus.
You're making that sound horrible. Let me go with Hungary. No, but you see my point. And then you have a young athlete who is proud of their heritage and proud of their parents and grandparents.
You see the look on Jeff's face. That's why we don't have video.
I know. He's like, horde. You think you're okay with a horde?
I think he had like a vein that just popped out of his forehead.
God. Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. It just kind of bothers me. And they're like, oh, they competed for LSU last year and blah, blah, blah. It's like, wait a second. Sweden? Anyway.
Yeah. What you're looking for is you're looking for people that live in those countries,
Yeah,
I grew up in Sweden, but tennis, whatever, and just whatever. If you're from that country, you represent that country. What country do you represent? Or country do you if you fucking move back then. You know what?
Damn.
Don't come back to Louisiana. Fuck off. Take your pole vault and ask somewhere else.
I also would like to see a time where the professionals are no longer allowed to play.
Yeah, that's the other thing about the men's team. It's all NBA Hall of Famers. It's like, and
I missed that. I was daydreaming. You say that to keep the professionals out?
The Olympics used to be only amateurs.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that 100%.
I think so too. And it makes me sick that the one time, the college basketball players won like 80 years in a row or something crazy like that. And the first time they lose the gold medal round to Russia,
they allow the pros to get in.
That's when the dream team, and it was, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of cool seeing that dream team together. Like that would never happen in
88 or 92.
But let's look at this from a business standpoint.
But that's not cool.
If you are an owner of an NBA team and you have your one of your star players go to the Olympics and they get hurt, now it's a liability.
Yeah, I'm probably not okay with. I bet you they're not okay with them playing in the Olympics.
I wonder if they sign something that says if you play in the Olympics, you get hurt, your contract could be null and void.
Well, these are all Hall of Famers. They're not going to do that to any of them.
I don't think they're all Hall of Famers.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
You know what I mean. They're all superstars.
My point is that I think that once you become a professional, then it kind of takes away from the spirit of what
like
it
LeBron,
is.
Yes.
he's a billionaire. Why is he over there playing?
Right. Well, because
Fuck LeBron.
Well, I know.
LeBron.
I'm not a fan.
All these guys
racist.
making $40-50 million a year, and then
shit.
you have the guy over here playing badminton, not making any money.
I get it. Well, because it's not about money. It's being about the best athlete for that sport. But I agree with you. If you play that sport and you make money doing it, you should not be in the Olympics.
Correct. That applies
in
to
any sport.
Well, that applies to soccer, basketball, hockey. What else?
Cricket.
And evidently,
is there
breakdancing.
Oh, yeah,
Did you see they got breakdancing in the Olympics now?
That is so stupid.
And no, there was some major chatter about that because
Well, it's
but
because
first of
the
all,
chick from
did you-
Australia.
yeah, what happened? I
Did
never
you
saw
see
it.
some of the stuff they were doing? Now, I saw some video of these breakdancers. Look, I'm not a fan of it, but I will tell you, those people have incredible core strength to do some of the shit.
Oh, yeah.
that
So
they
they
do.
should move into gymnastics.
Yeah, okay.
Agreed. Maybe
So
you should
and
have
they're
vision
saying
of
they're
that.
saying they may not do it again, but why
They
did
shouldn't? Because this lady. Well,
what happened? She got
well-
no score.
Well, she was terrible for one thing. She was 36-year-old professor from somewhere studying
And she was wallowing on her head.
human body movement or something like that.
Oh God!
It was
And she
perceived.
went there and she goes, I know I
Interpretive.
can't do what they want to do, but I wanted to do this interpretive thing and show them a different style.
And
Yeah.
she ruined it for everyone.
Oh,
And
dude, she looked like a
it looked like
fucking-
me out there.
She looked like a
I mean, I-
tard, just
I mean, I could do
wallowing
some of
around
those
on the
things, but-
ground.
Yeah, she was just bending around.
You
and
can do your neck thing.
Yeah,
I just got there to do that for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, for 3 minutes.
To the beat.
And then maybe put your arms up and down. You know? I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I'd give you a score. If I were a
it
judge.
was, I think it brought
give you
the
negatives.
silliness of that. Quote,
It
unquote,
was
sport.
mockery. It was mockery.
Well, she wasn't mocking it.
I know, but
It came across that way.
everybody else mocked it.
Though. It was terrible.
Yeah, and it was a big hit
And the thing is,
for
she
break
got there
dancers.
because she won their trials. She was the best that Australia had.
Now, did she change it up when she got there,
No.
or was she good? Okay, so they
Mr.
suck.
Producer, can you pull up some of the
Yeah.
video?
Have you not seen any of this?
Australian
Olympics?
breakdancer. But yeah, I mean, they must suck in Australia.
I don't know.
But that's not possible.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, there were some that were really good. I mean,
Yeah,
I was kind
I
of
bet.
like, I can't believe that they can actually do that stuff. It's
Olympic
See if we
breakdancing right there.
Yeah. So something went horribly wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not
watch
sure
that-
what it. Embarrassing. Okay, here we
there
go.
you go. So the Ray Guns ruins fantastic Aussie effort. So like you have some of those people out
There
there,
she
like
is.
right there.
All right, here we go. All right, show this abysmal effort here.
Are they going to show it, or are they just going to show her?
Oh,
Oh, they're not going to show it.
come
she's doing the
on.
praying
Why do they do
mantis
shit
thing.
like
Oh,
that?
find one that they're actually going to show it. I don't know, because they
Almighty.
don't want to embarrass her. You know.
Well, it's too
Screw
late.
That. She embarrassed
It's
herself.
way too late.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. While we're waiting for this, I mean, other things that we're doing at night when we're watching the Olympics and other stuff. You know, you mentioned that you watched 6 hours of Netflix.
Kidding, but it's probably 3.
Well, I mean, part of the Netflix scene.
Oh, here she is.
Oh, here she is. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there she goes.
She's doing some stuff I can't do.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, I can't do
She
that.
had like a 6-inch vertical leap there.
But then she gets on the ground and just like kind of bends back and forth like a. I don't know what she's doing.
Oh no, they literally gave her no point.
I want to see when she's on the ground when she's like she touches, she like bends into a U and then back like touches her feet. It's so silly looking. They're not going to show it.
I wonder if did she do that during the trials in Australia? I mean,
I
because
don't
there's no
know.
way they would have let her through.
I don't know.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, that's too bad.
Well, look. So you were talking about doing the Netflix thing. Have you guys seen the Netflix the new Ghostbusters that was put on Netflix?
No,
Yes.
Have
is
you
that
seen
the
it?
all-girl
Yes.
version?
No. It's the Frozen.
No,
one,
it's
right?
not. Did you say Frozen?
It's the winter one, right? Where
Yeah.
everything's-
So there was the Ghostbusters, the Frozen Empire.
Yes.
I was watching that. I was kind of like, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Is that Paul Rudd or
Paul Rudd was in there. Annie
Okay.
Potts, of course, the classic one, and
I
there's-
think Bill Murray's in it, right?
yeah, Bill
So
Murray.
Dan
It went
Aykroyd.
straight to Netflix.
I guess.
No, it did not. It was in the
Well,
theaters.
I don't know.
It was in the theater.
It was in
Okay.
the theaters.
Well,
Shit, I
I mean,
don't even remember
this
that.
came out in 2024, so it went pretty quick.
it was
into
quick,
Netflix.
but yeah, it was in the theaters.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So what's the
hold on. This is how fast it went to the movie theaters. The release date was March 22nd.
Correct.
All right.
Damn.
So it went pretty freaking quick.
Well, Twisters is now streaming.
Yeah.
So,
the
that just
box
came
office
out.
I
was.
heard that's good
a
too.
month- Wow,
So
we saw it.
I
It was
think
good.
what they do is they get their money and then they're done. So they did the box office. They generated $201.9 million.
It's not like before where a movie would be out for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah,
would
they move on
and then
quick.
it would go away. Then it would come out on VHS or eventually DVD, and they make a shit ton of other money, and then ultimately it end up on HBO or.
I wouldn't mind watching.
Well,
this.
they had some of the original cast. They had William Murray,
It was entertaining.
Dan Aykroyd, they had Emmy Hudson, the black dude that was in the what's that?
Do it.
Okay.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, I'm sorry. And then there was William Atherton. William Atherton was the asshole mayor.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the officials. He was like, I'm going to shut you down.
He plays a good asshole.
Yeah.
He always played a good asshole.
So it got a 6.1 on IMDb. That's not dismal.
That's actually, for a movie like that, pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Look, it was cheesy. It was a kids movie, but the thing about it is that I was watching. I was looking at Bill Murray. I was looking at Dan Aykroyd, and I was thinking, man, I remember when those guys were younger and they were doing their skits with SNL, and
right.
that was to me. That was some of the classic stuff that I enjoyed doing.
That's like the very first SNL shit way back in the late 70s.
Well, we're talking Blues Brothers stuff.
Yeah, that was Blues Brothers.
And you had Eddie Murphy. That was probably towards the 80s.
Then you had the Dana Carey.
Yeah.
With the Wayne's World with Mike Meyer. Is that his name, Mike Meyer?
Yeah.
He did, what was the British guy? Austin Powers?
Yeah.
He did that. So, yeah, I haven't watched Silent Live in probably 20 years.
Bring up some of the old SNL stuff.
For one thing,
you got William Ferrell back, John Belushi. There's, let's see, Dan Aykroyd. There's Kristen Wiig. She's a little bit older. Chris Farley. Let's not forget Bill Hader.
So what were some of the recurring, like you talked about
Chevy Chase.
Remember the Pump Them Up?
I'm Hans and Franz.
Hans and
Hits
Franz.
pumped you up.
So yeah, not necessarily the one and done skits, although there's some really good ones. But what were the recurring ones that every time they did it, it was like a hit?
Well, did Eddie Murphy? Here's one. He was doing. Did he do this? Hot tub?
Oh yeah, hot tub.
Hot tub.
I sit my foot in it. Ooh, hot tub.
Oh, he's got it queued up.
Gonna knock it off.
Let's play a little bit of that. He's funny, man.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo.
Oh, God damn.
God, can't they just fucking
Why
play
can't
something?
we ever?
Number 10, Wayne's World.
Oh,
Saturday
this
Night
is a
Live
countdown.
has turned a
Okay.
number of its sketches
well, I
into
mean, that
films
is
over
one
the
of
years,
them.
But very few of them
Wayne's World was
entered
one that was
the
a recurring
zeitgeist of
one
pop
for sure.
culture.
Wayne Campbell. With me, as always, is Garth. You party on, Wayne.
They had a couple of
All right,
movies
party
too.
on, Garth.
Yes.
It's recurring SNL skits.
These are the guys that are like losers in the basement, right?
Kind of a precursor of Beavis and Butthead.
Yes, it was.
I wonder if he got his inspiration off of
I
Wayne's
bet you he
World.
did. I bet you we did.
Okay, Garth. You don't have to do that every time.
Oh, good. I was starting to hyperventilate.
There are few other than this.
It was called Live from New York. It's Saturday night.
I gotta tell you that just to they got Gumby with Eddie Murphy there, but just to hear that every single week, I used to watch Saturday Night Live every week. It was something I looked forward to because it was fun, and then it just turned ugly with all the stupid political.
It got political.
crap.
Well, then it eventually got political. Well, they've always
They've
had
always
fun
been
of political.
but it wasn't ugly.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, they
funny.
they don't take a side. They just make fun of the politicians.
Of the time.
Yes.
And now
they get political.
Now-
They dog
right.
one side or the other.
correct. No, it's one side.
Yeah, Eddie
Really,
Murphy playing
just one-
Gumby was
you're right.
funny as
One
hell.
side.
Then they had one of them dressed up as who did Mr. Rogers?
In the late
It was Phil Hartman, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah, Phil Hartman was another one. They have
Oh,
a
he
lot
was
of
good.
tragedies that occurred. Phil
He was
Hartman.
good. Yeah, he killed himself. Or did he kill himself or his wife kill him?
one doesn't necessarily
Do we know?
request president.
I don't know. Oh, Phil Hartman?
Yes.
I thought he had a heart attack, no?
I thought his wife killed
Well, they
him.
all did tons of cocaine. This Adam Sandler. You remember?
Context, but
I was never a huge fan of Adam Sandler.
And they had like the
He's
cone
funny,
heads. Remember
though.
the cone heads?
Some of his
Jane
movies are
Curtin.
great.
There's the females. There's Rachel Dratch,
There's
which
the
she's got a
Coneheads right
current commercial on right now.
There you go.
SNL's 70s.
The Coneheads. The movie was good too.
Well, they had a movie?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
They had a movie. David Spade.
Detailed
Then you had Chris Farley doing the man out down by the river. In a van!
What are you gonna do? You're gonna live in a van down by the river.
He's like adjusting his pants.
Yes.
Side
Oh,
to
the one
side.
with Patrick Swayze when they did the
Chippendales.
Chippendales.
Oh, my God.
Dude. And every single time, Chris Farley was totally over the top. Totally over the top.
He embraced his fatness.
Oh my God.
He knew what he was, and he's like, I don't give a fuck.
He was so over the top. That's
like-
what made it so funny. And then everybody around him would
Look
start
at this
laughing.
one. Who's this lady?
Baba Wawa. Barbara Walters.
Yeah, well, she's playing her, but who was the actress?
I forget.
That's,
She was great.
She was married to the guy in Stir Crazy, Gilda Radner.
Yes.
Is that her name? Something like that.
John Belushi, man.
Gilda Radner.
There you go. It's Gilda Radner. You're right.
Yes.
She died young too. She got cancer.
Well, the whole SNL kit was those guys were all just hopped up on coke.
Right. I'm sure they were.
It was a sign of the times for sure. Yeah, it's too bad we got to listen to the.
I know, the British
stuff there.
lady here.
Let's just
Anyway.
the church lady. That was Dana Carvey with her.
Every SNL performer
Yes.
hopes for a
Yeah.
breakout
All right, we can kill the audio on that. Well, you know what? I kind of wanted to dive into that. It's too bad. This is why we should have a little pre. Where we actually send some links up, and we get like the.
Well, that's why.
Because I want to do like I'm here to pump you up. I'm Hans, and I'm Franz.
Right.
We're here
No,
to
I
work.
get it. That's why people who get paid for this actually have teams that put this shit together.
You're talking about podcasts.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, when our loyal, awesome listeners
Was it
start
Eddie
taking
Murphy
off.
doing Mr. Rogers?
Say Eddie Murphy does. He does a version of Mr. Rogers. Yeah.
Mr. Robinson's.
Yeah, Mr. Robinson.
Well, he also
He's the Mr. Rogers in the hood.
yeah, and he also
Robinson's neighborhood.
oh yeah, that's right. He's a criminal, but he also does the one the song. Remember, he has his album.
Party all the time. Party all the time.
Buckwheat.
party.
Oh, Buckwheat.
Buckwheat. Remember, he had an album that
From the Little Rascals, Buckwheat.
no
From
Eddie
the-
Murphy had.
Oh, yeah.
He had the. Oh come on!
No, I mean I don't remember the song though. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
remember he
I
had.
know
It was a whole album of crazy songs. Remember Wookin' Panub? Wookin' Panub.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was great.
I've always wanted to live in a house like yours, my friend. Maybe when there's nobody home, I'll break in. It feels real good to walk streets again after being in jail doing 7 to 10.
One of the funniest ones I saw, and it's hard to find a video of it. It's called Head Wound Harry.
Head Wound Harry. Yeah, you mentioned that before. I found no pleasure in watching any of that.
It was so funny, I thought, because
You can pause that.
it went sideways because I think it had Dana Carey in it and Phil Hartman. It was during that time. And they were having a party. And this guy walks in and he has this massive head wound. Bloody, just...
Bandages, bleeding through the bandages.
Yeah, no, he didn't have any bandages on. It was just big. His hair was all screwed up, bloody. And he goes, I'm not feeling well. He lays down. And the family dog comes out.
Oh, here it is. Massive head wound, Harry.
I can't believe we actually looked for this. We couldn't
We
find
did.
it.
Turn it up a little bit.
I don't think I remember this one. Oh, that's Terminator.
Yeah, that's the Terminator. Bro.
Terminator girl.
Yeah.
I forgot her name.
Hey, great party.
Gross.
I'm sorry I'm late. I forgot where you lived.
Oh my God!
That's okay, Harry.
I feel dizzy.
But what's funny, I think, is when the
Would
dog
you like
comes
to lay
out.
down? Maybe in the garage?
That's Linda Hamilton,
I
right?
just
Yes.
need some food to get my strength back. I
Yeah, she was
lost
Dana
a lot
Carvey
of blood on
playing
the way
it.
over here.
Oh, you got to try some of these shrimp, friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me help you with that. I better go see if he's all right.
So what?
No, you stay here.
So anyway, the dog.
How'd that go sideways?
No,
Well, the
yeah,
dog eventually
I'm
comes
fine.
out.
I just
It starts
gotta
eating his
rest
It
head?
a
starts
second.
licking it, and they put something on it to get the
Yeah.
dog to eat
You
it.
know, maybe
And
I
he
need to
starts
lie
ripping
down.
the prosthetic off because he wants to eat it. And Dana's trying to hold it on.
And so everybody's laughing.
Yeah, trying to go.
See, that's my favorite thing about SNL skits is when everybody starts losing their shit.
Why did you have to
Like the
invite
cowbell
him?
one.
Oh, yeah, the cowbell.
And
yeah.
Jimmy Fallon starts losing his shit because
Yeah, the only person I don't like is Jimmy Fallon.
I like him. Because, oh, here it is. Look at he's laughing. Did Garvey's he's smiling.
Oh,
That's gross. So there's a golden retriever that came out on the set, and now he was licking and now chewed off a chunk of Dana Carvey's head.
Look at Chris Farley.
Anyway, I think that's hilarious.
It is.
I think when skits, something like that happens, and they can't hold it in anymore.
Right.
It doesn't go as planned.
Oh, that's my favorite when they lose their shit. Anyway,
Except for Jimmy Fallon. I don't like him.
he does that a lot, but it still
Yeah.
makes it funny.
Yeah, I tell you, Jimmy Fallon is just a piece of, as a human being, I don't,
Is it because of his talk show
Politics.
these days?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
because he's a piece, it's
But
because the politics
I'm
is
trying not to inject that though, because he is a funny comedian. He is.
Yeah, well, it's too
Well,
bad.
he's got some smart things that he does on his show. At least he used to. I haven't seen any in a while. Like he used to do the latest hit song. He would get his band the Roots that play for him, right? And they would get children's instruments, and they would do a
I saw
version with
that.
it,
That's great.
like the infant kind. Like the little xylophones,
right, and they would
and
try to play the song.
and a kazoo and like spoons and everything. So there's like 10 people in there playing this stuff, and you get the actual artist singing it, and some of them are pretty good,
Yeah, I
entertaining.
mean, and it's
So it's unique, right?
Yes.
It is unique, and it's actually good.
Yeah,
it
it
is
is.
entertaining, but yet I still
I
can't.
know.
I can't let it go because he's such he has so much influence
I
on
know.
people when he says stuff, and I think it's irresponsible
I know.
to say the type of stuff they say, and that includes the others people like
Robert De Niro.
yeah, well, Robert De Niro. Well, what a putz, but
Colbert.
you know, Maya Rudolph. You know who she is? She's like part of the original.
Yeah,
Maya
she's
Rudolph.
in
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. She's
Yeah.
great.
Right.
Yeah, she's
Are,
super
are you
funny.
saying she's super
no.
woke?
Yes.
Annoyingly woke?
Yes, I mean,
Oh,
but I mean,
man.
I enjoy the shit out of her. I enjoy Bill. Look, I like them all. They're
I
all
know.
very talented, and it saddens me to say this, but it takes away from my experience watching them because it's kind of like, man, it's hard. You got.
You're not alone, Sean.
You're
You're not alone. There's a lot of people that like they just can't. Like me, I can't watch Robert De Niro now. I can't watch him.
Yeah.
No, no.
It makes
it's
me
done.
nauseous because he's such a fucking just douchebag.
He's just an old, bitter
Angry man, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and if I was ever softening on that, when he was outside of the courthouse
Oh, yeah.
in New York,
He looked like a fool.
he looked like a fool, and it made me realize, dude, he doesn't even have the ability to know when to say when. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Oh.
it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate because, like you said, I mean these are the actors and comedians and singers that we grew up watching, or listening to, and it sucks. I hate to go there.
I will
but-
tell you one of the one of my favorite SNL characters, right, or actors is Kate McKinnon.
She's talented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's funny.
I think she's great. She shuts her mouth. I haven't heard her say a whole lot of stuff.
Oh, I'm sure she has.
But I haven't heard her. But
Right.
she plays because she's played Hillary Clinton. I mean, they're funny. I mean,
Right.
you've got Tina Fey, and some of her when she was dressed up like Sarah Palin.
Yeah,
you know?
but she said some shit about it, and it made me go, not
Yeah.
like Tina Fey.
Right,
I was like, why can't you just play her and have that be funny?
right.
But you don't have to when the cameras are not rolling, or when the filming is over with. She dogged Sarah Palin. I was like, what the hell, man? Just be a comedian and enjoy the moment and be funny. You don't have to like alienate the people who like the people you're impersonating.
Well, that's why I don't watch Silent Live today.
I know, I don't either.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because I see some sketches that that they're like, "This is." When I watch it, I was like, "This is bad."
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Well, how
not as
about-
funny as it used to.
it's
be.
How about from the SNL straight to the movie theater? Like they have combos like Chris Farley and David Spade.
Do they have folks from SNL making movies today like they did?
No, not like they did because they like
You're
that
talking
one
about
with
Tommy Boy and
Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, but then you had like Spies Like Us with
Tina
Chevy
Fey-
Chase,
Tina Fey
Dan
made-
Aykroyd.
Tina Fey made several movies.
Yeah,
She was also in a TV show, 30 Rock.
yeah, she was.
Yeah.
That was 6 for 5 or 6 years, I think.
yeah.
Never
There's
watched it though.
there's a bunch
She's
out
pretty
there.
talented. She did a lot of things.
Alec Baldwin was
I think
in
she
that.
directed and produced and acted, and she's
Yeah, I
very.
don't take away from her talent.
She's
but
really connected.
you just need to keep your mouth shut,
I
man.
know it. It's
Why?
just like-
Why is that so hard for them? Just to, a lot of actors do it. They just keep their mouth shut,
Right.
and they're fine.
Right. I know.
You know,
I mean,
just keep your mouth shut.
I know.
So the Coneheads is one, but you've got MacGruber, you got Wayne's World. You know,
I was done with SNL by the time MacGruber came around.
I've never even heard of it.
how about Superstar? You know the girl that
Oh yeah, she would smell her armpits.
smell her armpits. The actor's name.
She's funny.
God bless her. She's super. I think she's beautiful. Kristen Wiig.
Oh yeah,
Oh, she is pretty.
she is pretty. What about Pat?
Yeah, Pat came
Oh,
out.
God,
The
That would be
Night
appropriate
at the
for today, wouldn't it?
Roxbury.
it would totally be. That's a transsexual, right? Or
Well,
or,
you don't know.
or unknown.
That's the whole thing. You
You're
don't know.
asexual, right?
You just don't know. It's Pat.
Oh, so
They
funny.
got Blues
And that was the whole
Brothers.
point of the skit. It was like they're trying to figure out if it boy or girl, right? And
Yes.
and she would always be, or he would always be elusive
Yes.
And how about
and
that
never
guy?
give them an answer.
How about the guy that did the black guy that does Ladies Man?
I don't know that one.
Here's a skit on Pat right here. Why don't you roll the audio on this? Let's just see if this is funny at all.
Or ma'am.
Thank you.
God.
A lot of people say, what's that? It's Pat. A lot of people ask, who's he or she?
I wonder if this would be allowed
This would not
today.
go now. This would not be acceptable now.
No.
It would upset the transgenders.
I think it would.
Here comes Pat.
It's kind of got a bulge, but not quite.
Right?
It's got a little moose knuckle in there
Right.
too.
You're like, what is it?
Who's the
That's the chick from,
from Beetlejuice.
yeah.
And from Schitt's Creek.
And Home Alone.
Hello.
Who plays Pat?
Hello.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
don't know who plays it.
May I help you,
It's
sir?
a chick.
For anything? Ma'am? Oh, music, perhaps? I won't be needing any mambo
That's
music
Julia
today.
Sweeney.
I need
Well,
some disposable
It takes a
razors.
little while to develop these skits.
Yeah, for one thing, it's the actual person is just
Daisy,
a
shaven
freak.
with the moisture
The way
strip.
she's acting.
Oh,
or
yeah.
he or whatever.
Totally a
It's
freak.
creepy.
Gillette double-edged brawny.
Yeah. But anyway,
The
I-
gist of the whole thing is they're trying to figure out what
Which is
gender.
less expensive.
yeah, you just don't know.
The Gillette.
Fine.
Good.
Okay, we can skip this.
Oh, wait
Yeah,
a
you
minute.
tell
I
she's
haven't
got like
completed my
what is that? Asperger's disease or Asperger's
Who
syndrome?
knows? Who knows
You know,
what's
that's
going on
what
with
Pat-
that?
Yeah, I think this would get shot down today.
It totally would. I don't think they would even get to that point.
Well, you know
Anyway.
what? The Saturday
It was-
Night Live
it-
is something I grew up with. I enjoyed
Yeah,
the shit out
it was
of it.
really popular back then.
Yeah.
But why
Look
don't
forward
they?
to it.
Why can't they clue into the fact that it's not now? And why isn't it now?
They're fuck it. They're like fuck it, man. We got like half. We have 30% of the country. Let's just keep rolling with it. You know.
Is that what they're thinking?
Well, I'm
Shit, 30%. They're nowhere near that rating. I bet you their ratings
No,
are
I'm just saying
absolutely.
they have 30% of support, meaning that's really
Oh,
all the
you're
Democrats
saying-
that they have. Because, it's 70-30 for sure.
I know, but you hear what I'm saying though. It's like if they can't recognize that people aren't watching anymore, and maybe they should just kind of
Well, the
focus on
guy who created
entertainment.
it may not give a shit. He may just be like, I've made my hundreds
Lorne
of
Michaels?
millions. He's like,
yeah,
I want to milk this and get our message out.
maybe.
As long as they let me.
Maybe.
So,
Hey, let's just change gears here and kind of pull up this old whiskey that we're drinking right now. I don't even know. I forgot the name of it.
It's Bowman.
it's Bowman Brothers.
Bowman Brothers, the Virginia Straight Bourbon Whiskey, small batch. John J. Abraham, Joseph, and Isaac Bowman were Virginia militia officers in the American Revolutionary War.
Nice.
This handcrafted bourbon whiskey is a tribute to their heroism. Our Bowman Brothers small batch bourbon is distilled 3 times using the finest corn rye and malted barley, producing distinct hints of vanilla, spice, and oak. So,
Virginia.
The thing with this is they source their juice from Buffalo Trace.
oh,
And then
And
they do.
It is the
so it's ancient age.
it is the no Blanton's. It is the same juice that they make Blanton's out of, and then they take it and do their own stuff with it.
and they don't blend it, but they.
Well, I don't know. They have different. This is a small batch,
Well,
right?
I mean, Buffalo Trace does a variety, so they get their juice. So, are you
well,
saying?
they say it's the same juice that they make Blanton's out of.
Right.
All right. Well, so that it's interesting. I don't know how to respond to that. I'm like, well, so I mean, do they make different juice for different bourbons?
Yes, there's different mash bills.
But I remember telling you guys when I came back from Kentucky, I was shocked to find that there were 5 different. I think it was Heaven Hill, or was it Jim Beam? I don't remember now. I think it was Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill had 5 different brands. All 5 of them were the exact same.
That was Jim Beam.
The exact same stuff coming off the still.
Right.
And then where they aged it in the rick house decided which bottle brand it went into.
Correct.
I mean, which is shocking, which means there was that much of a difference.
Well, just like the mash bill that they make Pappy's out of is the same one that Ancient Age is.
Right.
Same mash bill.
But it's aged
differently.
Differently in different barrels in a different place.
Different areas.
It's crazy, right?
Yep. It is.
I mean, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, literally, you're saying all that. And I even asked him, I go, so when it's going into the barrels, how do you know what you want it to be at the end? Like, do you decide in the beginning, this is going to be this bottle of brand or this different label? And they kind of didn't say that was the case.
I think it's probably an educated guess that says in this area we get this bottle from. So let's put it up there and we should get that bottle.
Right.
Right. If it's down here, we should get this bottle.
Right.
So we're going to make this many barrels of this.
Insane.
But we may get something else.
Right.
At the same time.
Yeah, it was really fascinating.
So,
I mean, and we got a little bit of that when we went to Iron Root, remember? We talked about where they put it in the rick house, and they have just a little one. But where it goes in the rick house makes a huge difference in what it ends up being.
Yeah,
correct.
It's from the exterior or the perimeter of the building versus the interior.
Versus bottom or top.
If they want to protect it, they'll put it in the middle so it doesn't get as hot.
Angel
Well,
cherish.
that it's the amount of absorption. If it's on the perimeter, it absorbs more because I guess it's hotter. It's forced into the wood.
Yeah,
into the wood
and it
and
stays
comes back.
the wood longer.
And if they wanted to age longer without a strong oak pull, they put it in the center.
Right. Where it's most temperate.
It is interesting. And
it's crazy.
Something about Iron Root is that they mention is that they taste theirs frequently. I don't know how often.
I think after a certain age, they start tasting it monthly, they said, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So that was kind of interesting. I never heard that. And I've never heard of another distiller that does that.
Right. It sounds like they're alcoholics.
Yeah.
So what does what do we think about
let's talk about
this?
Bowman Brothers.
I mean, it's 90 proof.
Yeah.
So
it's extremely, look, it doesn't, so
I think the nose is a lot of sweetness on it.
It's
a lot of sweetness.
It's sweet. It's easy to drink. It's super easy to drink. I could literally fucking drink this.
Yeah, super easy.
But it doesn't have any long lasting notes. It's like once you're done, you're done.
It's not super rich.
Yeah, the finish ends pretty quick.
Yeah, it's not super rich. And again, I think we've had enough bourbons now to know that we're not going to get that kind of experience from a lower proof bourbon.
No, like Paul, it doesn't last very long.
No, but it is pleasing to drink.
And I'm pleasing to wait.
So,
but it is pleasing to drink. Like I could sit there and you could sip on this.
Oh yeah,
you just pour yourself a couple fingers in a low ball and just sip on it all night.
Yep.
I would need a carafe of this.
Well, no, if you're getting drunk.
Yeah.
No, if you just want to enjoy some bourbon.
This would be really easy to get drunk on.
Oh, yeah.
Because you would drink a lot in a short time period.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's not like drinking beer.
No.
I mean, you're getting blown up quick.
Yes.
It tastes good. I got like a little, I taste licorice. I taste raisins, a little stone fruit. I'm not being sarcastic. I taste all that.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's not, we look for depth of richness. No. We're not looking for that. We are getting used to really deep, rich, really flavorful taste. It's not to say that there aren't nice, there's wonderful flavor. It just seems really light.
Yeah. Again, I think it's
dainty.
It's very quick, and the biggest thing I pick up on it is the sweetness, especially when you're done and on the lips and the.
I'll tell you what.
Ooh.
So don't do that again. That was horrible. But
we play that, Mr. Producer.
There's a lot of our friends out there. Shout out to Larry. He's probably one of them. That some of these folks out there don't really like a super strong one. So 90 proof is probably excellent and perfect for them.
I would recommend this.
So if you 90 proof is what you like,
it's great.
And then this one is good for you. It's the Bowman Brothers Pioneer Spirit. This one particular one is the Virginia Straight Bourbon Whiskey Small Batch. much. It's a product of Virginia, and it's 45% alcohol, 90 proof.
I think it was around $45.
You know what? I know
Yeah.
we've hinted at having, or maybe we should do this before, but because it's hard to rank plus 100 proof ones or plus 110 plus proofs.
Yeah.
With less than 100 or less. Like if I put this up against a really good 117 proof, this one's going to lose. But if I put this up against other 90 proof bourbons,
I think that's what you
this
need
one's
to do.
pretty damn good.
I think that's what you need to do. You need to do I don't even know if it's 100 down and 100 up or 105 down and 105 up or whatever.
Right.
But
We need to talk about that.
I think we need to have
Categories.
For a low proof, this is a 8.
Yeah.
For overall, I'd give it a 6.5 kind of a thing.
Perfect.
Whatever,
Right. Or like I said, we just rank, categories of proof.
Well, I think you're right. For 90 proof, this is
Very
extremely
smooth.
good. I'd give this a high.
I would give this a very high rating.
Right, for a 90
So
proofer.
it sounds like our ranking categories need to change up a little
They
bit.
do.
I think they do. Because this can't rate against a Noah's Mill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anything like
it's
that.
And
completely
it's not meant to, right? I
No,
mean, that's the thing.
it's a different animal.
Well, then we have to have a sliding scale. So I'm with you. I think 6 is a little low. 6.5 is a little low. But you know what? I'm finding most of our whiskeys were kind of like
Falling into
right in the
that.
sevens.
fall into that 7 category.
Right.
And if I were to rate this as the same as the other ones, yeah, I would put it in the 6s. But if I'm shopping around for a 90 proof, I would put this up in the upper levels of the 90s.
Well, and the interesting
Well,
thing
that's
is,
what I said. As a 90 proof, I'd give it about an 8, 8.5.
Yeah.
right? And we'll find the same on the really high proof stuff. Like we might have something that's 125 proof, and it is better than any of the 90 proofs we've ever had. But in that category,
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
it's down in the 6 range.
Right.
But we never give any of those bourbons a 6.
We need to
because
start doing that because I don't think it's real accurate sometimes
I
looking
agree.
back because a lot of our shit is right around the 6.5 to
Yep.
7.5 range.
Yep. Here's the thing that sucks. We have to start over and drink all of those all over
I'm
again.
in.
Damn it. Damn it. How are we going to deal with that, guy?
All those empty
finish.
bottles out there, we
Son
have to
of a-
buy them again.
Yeah, we got to buy them again. Son of a bitch. Maybe we should take an early break to get over this.
Let's go start.
What do you think?
Actually, we need to win the God Bless It lottery. We can't afford anymore.
No, we'll try.
Yeah.
We'll
Well, we
definitely
went
try.
to no, we'll save that for the second podcast. But all right, so
I like it. I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll give it a 6.8.
Are you, as a 90 proof or just an overall?
You know what? I'm going to give it an overall 6.8 because it's fair.
That's a very fair.
I think I agree with that.
That's a very fair rating.
But if you're into the 90 proofs,
This is one of the better ones.
it's one of the better ones. I agree with that.
Absolutely. I would agree with that too.
Cool. Before we dive headfirst into Tampon Tim or any of that kind of shit, you had mentioned you made a statement out there about 150,000 poll watchers. Now, are those?
I thought it was interesting. Yeah, interesting article.
What is that? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so this popped up on my newsfeed. It was like, and I can't remember if that was a particular state. I think it was. I don't think it was overall.
Well, that'd be 3,000 per state.
So are these people that are
Right.
literally
That's
just
not a lot.
staking?
So I
staking
think
out?
I think it was in a particular swing state.
Like
I mean,
Pennsylvania or Georgia.
So these
There-
are
'cause
people that are monitoring the polls to make sure people don't go up there and
oh
fraudulently.
yeah, well
do
both parties do that, right? Both parties submit poll watchers at each poll site to just kind of make sure things look okay.
Well, I think what happened last time in 2020 is all of a sudden at 10 o'clock they shut it down. They kicked everyone out. And
all the Republicans out.
Yes,
and
yes.
says you can't even watch. We have to all get out. And they went back and started doing their bullshit.
So, and I know there's this huge, debate or stigma about election denying and all this kind of stuff. But the reality is, everyone needs to feel like the elections that we have integrity, that we can trust what's coming out of it. Okay,
Correct.
and so this is a good thing. I think both parties should send as many poll watchers as it takes, especially in the swing states, so that they can all be watching and everybody can be comfortable that there's nothing weird going on. And because I think there were a lot of things that popped up that were inappropriate.
Well, did you see what?
That's why I was encouraged.
Well, there were chests. They were carrying cases of ballots.
Yeah, that they pulled out from underneath tables.
They were
They had
unsealed.
videos of them.
They had videos of it.
That they were unsealed, so they would show up. Because they have to be secure, and they're showing up without a when you receive a package, there is a manifest or something.
It's like a tamper-proof.
Yeah, but it's
sticker.
You have a what is it called? An exchange of I forget the terminology.
Transcript.
No, it's just like a chain of a letter of command or letter of chain of custody or something like that.
Oh no, that's exactly what it is.
Chain of custody. So
that's
it's
exactly
just
what it is.
It's coming from this person to this person to this person.
Yes, they know where it came from. They know who had it,
and they don't have a chain of custody on it. And then like, all right, well, where did these come from? All right, well, we're going to accept them anyways without that, and then now we're going to load them in the system.
And they all have the same smudge mark in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah. Look, man,
I'm telling you, there was a lot of shit that went on.
It's just
so. Here's what's encouraging.
What?
So everybody's, I think, a little more hyper aware, especially on the Republican side, because that side thinks they got screwed, right? And so they're 150,000 people have signed up to.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Right? Look at the Venezuelan vote that just happened. They showed the same graph,
totally fraudulent,
that happened during the Biden vote.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean in terms of time of day?
Well, it's a scale that they show the votes coming up, and they're registered, and this is the tally that's going on. All of a sudden, boom, he goes straight up
for Maduro.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell? And then they compare it side by side by Biden's, and it does the same god blessing thing.
Yeah.
And you can't help to think, all right, well, what's up?
Something's weird. Yeah.
What's up
one
with that?
thing the Democratic Party is doing this time as a new strategy is they're hiring a shit ton of people to focus on the overseas people.
Oh, like military?
Military, just people stationed over there.
Expats.
And they're going to focus on the out-of-country people to try to sway it.
And you know why?
So we
need
to be right there with them.
You know why? Because nobody really knows how many people are over there, and so they can inflate those numbers like crazy.
Well, that's where it's going to come from, I bet.
You follow me?
Oh yeah.
Are there 3 million people overseas? Are there 10 million people overseas? Well, I don't know. Well, just cram as many of those absentee ballots as you can.
Right.
Unbelievable. And remember, these swing states were decided by 12,000 votes in like one massive county in Arizona.
Right.
3,000 votes in blah, blah. I mean, we're not talking about a lot of votes. So if they can mobilize enough, absentee ballots.
Well, did you see what Youngkin did in Virginia?
Yeah, he's trying to tighten things down, right?
He went back to paper ballots.
Perfect.
Write-in ballots.
Oh, that's bad. Is that bad or good?
No, it's good.
Oh, okay.
Pull out all the fucking machinery.
Oh, you're talking about
and all that shit. So it's
like the Dominion machines, right?
Well, that's what I read, and either he's trying to do it or he's already done it. They're going back to the write-in ballot.
I'm okay with that. As a matter of fact, I remember reading something recently.
Well, hold on. Let's
go ahead.
So, Governor Glenn Youngkin issues an executive order to codify comprehensive election security measures to protect illegal voters and accurate counts. So it says he issued the order. We use 100% paper ballots with a strict chain of custody. We use counting machines, not voting machines, that are tested prior to every election and never connected to the internet. We do not mass mail ballots. We monitor our drop boxes 24/7. We verify the legal presence and identity of voters using DMV data and other trusted data sources to update our voter rolls daily. Not only adding new voters, but scrubbing the list to remove those that should not be on it, like the deceased, individuals that they have moved, non-citizens that have accidentally or maliciously attempted to register.
That's right. So like back in the day with the whole Bush Dole thing, right? So it was these chads where you'd punch a hole, right? I remember doing that. And then you'd send it through like a Scantron and it would read it.
Yep.
Right? There wasn't an internet or anything like that. It'd count it. So that's what he's going back to. And I think we should go back to that.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%, man. That's exactly what we should be doing.
You remove any chance of electronic bullshit.
Yeah. Now it's just human error or by
Well, then you can pull them out and count the chads.
So this is in Virginia, right?
The hanging chad.
All right. Hanging chad, what is that?
That's when remember the Dole disputed Bush winning. and it all came down to Florida.
So
and there's pictures of guys holding the cards up, and there's like a little Chad hanging.
Chad.
Do we count that as a vote?
That was a disaster.
Or do we count that as a non-vote?
So
because it didn't punch all the way through.
Let me read something else to you guys that I almost forgot about it. The president and 2 executives of the voting machine company Smartmatic, remember them, are facing federal, this is 5 days ago, are facing federal charges tied to allegations of bribing the former top election official in the Philippines. Let that sink in. The president and 2 executives of the voting machine company Smartmatic are facing federal charges tied to allegations of bribing the former top election official in the Philippines. These guys are shady.
I think there are certain things that should not be connected to the internet.
They're shady, man.
There should not be any electronics. I understand you want to be more efficient, more accurate or whatever, but I don't think it's any more accurate. And
it's so
I remember back in the day before I was voting, my dad and mom would go vote, and we'd have an answer the next fucking day.
Yeah, we knew exactly because they would be counting it.
We knew that night.
So it's boom, 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 boom. Done.
We've never seen
all those
6 swing states stop counting at 10 p.m.
And why did they stop?
Never happened.
Why did they stop? What was the reasoning?
They had dinner.
Yeah, they said, well,
I got a shit.
They're tired.
No, it's time for a bourbon.
Yeah.
So there's no good reason. It's not like legal. I can't count that.
I think the most recent episode of Game of Thrones had been released, so they sent everybody home. What the fuck, man? And one of them said there was a water leak. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, one of the toilets.
They had to evacuate the.
There were all kinds of crazy stuff, and then the security that was so malicious to these guys. They were just like, the Republicans that were supposed to be overseeing it. They're like, I have the authority to be here.
Is that Paul?
No, that's not me. That would be your phone that's beeping obnoxiously and interrupting podcast.
What's going on over there?
No one heard.
Do we need to have like a pregame? Everybody, silence your phones. Silence is golden.
Oh, you know what? Just like they do at the movie theaters.
Exactly.
Yes.
Silence is golden. I used to work there.
Yes.
You
never use butter on your popcorn.
I don't like butter on anything, and I don't like butter bourbon either.
Well, we don't have any butter bourbon.
I like cupcake bourbon.
Frey. We had.
That's butter.
I enjoyed
cream.
Frey.
That was good.
God, it was awful.
So I agree with Governor Glenn Youngkin. I think that hats off to him for pushing that executive order in, and that came out August 7th, 2024. So that was recent. That was within the last week.
Yeah, it just happened. I think more states need to do that.
Yeah,
across the board.
We've been talking about Netflix a lot. I wanted to bring up something.
Oh,
so do you guys? How do you feel about today's subscriptions? Right, we have a subscription to everything you could possibly imagine.
Well,
like this whole world is moving towards subscriptions.
I got Prime. I got Amazon.
Absolutely.
I've got Netflix.
I've got 3 different music ones.
I've got the other P. What is the?
But more than streaming,
Paramount.
Pandora for music.
Yeah.
But more than just music and movies. What
Spotify?
What else is moving to subscription bullshit?
Well, programs like Windows-based programs like Word and Excel.
Microsoft Office is a 100% subscription now.
Yeah, you can't buy a CD.
You can't buy. You have to pay month to month.
But can you even put CDs in your laptop anymore? I mean, shit.
I don't think so.
They typically don't make laptops with CDs. You have to have. I have an external CD-ROM or CD hard drive the CD-ROM. What the fuck is it called?
CD-ROM.
But the one that got me is I was reading an article is Logitech. They make keyboards and mice.
Yes.
So we're going to have to pay to use them?
I thought it was mouses.
Yes.
It's not mouses.
Are you kidding me?
They're coming up with the mouse that you're going to have to pay a subscription for to use.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
That is absolutely...
Well, then we won't buy Logitech.
That's basically what they're getting a lot of pushback.
Dude, you can buy a mouse and a mouse pad for like $10 on Amazon. Are you shitting me?
Hold on. Back up one, Mr. Producer.
Oh, they're backpedaling now.
Okay, right there. Hold on. Logitech says it has no plans for subscription-based Forever Mouse.
Forever Mouse? Forever Mouse.
Because they got a ton of shit for
they said they backtracked.
Oh, yeah. And that's great because...
They're backpedaling hard. And now insists it never planned to do it. So maybe that was misinformation. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure they entertain the idea. Just like, look, hey, look, it's all about money. Everyone's trying to make money.
And it's money forever money.
Well,
forever money.
They want a guaranteed monthly income because what it was before in the industry I came from, and it's moving to subscriptions as well,
yeah,
is you would have these huge upticks. Okay, I need to buy 10,000 laptops.
Right.
Boom! I just made $30 million.
Right.
Now it's all right. We're going to sell this as
Those are
a
expensive
subscription,
laptops.
as a service, right? So now I'm going to pay monthly for those laptops. So that 30 million is now 35 million over the course of 3 years,
Right.
right?
Right.
So now the companies are getting a guaranteed monthly income every month instead of
this is just
spikes.
this is one straw on a camel's back. This is the whole system. The cars work the same way, where they could sell a car for less expensive than you can anticipate, even though they're not right now. But they make more. Actually, let me rephrase that. They make more money on the repair of a car than they do on the sale of a car.
Correct. Well,
Over the life of the car.
Well, I'm waiting for
Yes.
the
Yeah, that's
technology
horrible.
because these cars are so technology focused and centered that they're going to be like, there's going to be a subscription. If you want to use any of this technology in your car, you're going to have to pay $10 a month. Your radio, your GPS, your Apple Play,
The engine.
whatever. It's or you're going to buy the car for $30,000, and then you're going to.
your air conditioner's not charging
Oh yeah, you're going to have to.
You're
gonna
on the
have to pay-
freeway and it goes.
Well, then it's going to. Well, that's going to. You're going to be.
Please
You have to
insert
pay
Visa
$50 a
card.
month to
Yeah.
be able to use these features in that car.
Right. Oh, you're listening to our podcast.
Right.
And right when Jeff's about to say something really profound, it's like, you need to renew your subscription.
Right.
Sorry, you're Spotify for dudes like us.
And I-
you dudes like us.
And I can see these battery cars.
The AI voice.
Yeah, I can see these
You
battery
have lost
cars being the
everything.
first ones to do that.
Right.
Because they're so computer run. I see
know.
them limiting, well, you want traction control? Oh, that's more. You want all-wheel drive?
Oh, yeah.
That's more.
Absolutely. And they can do it.
So we could turn them on, but it's $50 a month.
Yeah. If you want your backup camera to work, you're going to have to pay $2 a month.
Right. I think we're eventually going to get there because
That
all these companies are going.
absolutely
Aggravating.
fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to put my car in reverse, so I want the reverse camera to work. Oh, guess what? We know you have the camera to work, but you got to pay $2 a fucking
No,
month
it's just
to
going
have
to
your
flash.
reverse camera work.
Instead of seeing something you're going to hit, like an old lady with a stroller, it's going to flash and say, balance due, overdue charge.
Yep.
Would you like to charge your credit card now?
Yeah.
And then you hear this.
It could be. But everything's going to subscriptions. And going back to the TV subscriptions, I dropped my satellite because satellite was getting so expensive.
Oh, yeah. Sirius radio?
We're on tablet.
No, satellite dish TV.
Yeah.
I dropped that because every year I'd call up and I'd say, I need to redo. You're jacking my thing up $50.
You went to the retention team like every single time?
Oh, yeah. Then I'd go up 3 levels. We're like, okay, we'll give it to you for whatever.
And they're like, oh my God, it's Jeff again.
Well, they stopped doing that. They stopped.
Yeah, they were like,
after 10 years of doing that, they're like, yeah.
yeah, they're like, fuck you, Jeff.
Yeah, it's like, well, we can give you, we can knock $5
It's
off.
Jeff again.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch, please.
What's he
Just
asking
pay
for
what
this
everybody else
time?
pays.
He
You're
wants an
paying
extra 6
You're paying
months.
a tenth of what Sean pays. So, you know.
Well, because Sean didn't call, right? There's people that do that, don't give a shit.
I know. No, it's
But
smart.
every year,
Look, I got to tell you, I've never paid for cable my entire life. Ever.
But
God.
what
No,
I want
I'm not exaggerating.
I know, but-
stop it up. I have never paid for cable my entire life.
You just put
Period.
you just put a target on your back. Well done.
But
Never.
what I'm getting to is now all these subscriptions are just as much as that damn Dish network.
Or more.
Yeah, because you get, like you said, you got Netflix, you have Amazon
Oh,
Prime,
I got so much shit. It's ridiculous.
you have Apple TV, you have Disney, you have Paramount.
And
I'm that guy that's climbing
you
up
have
the
HBO.
fucking telephone
Yeah,
pole,
yeah.
hooking up my own stuff.
Yeah, and then the neighbor's like, my cable just went out. Oh, sorry.
I did talk about that on one of the podcasts.
You
Yeah,
did.
you
You did.
Jesus.
But you know what was kind of the saving grace of this whole subscription thing is that you could have 6 accounts, right? So your friends and your parents and your kids,
Well, they're
and now
locking down on that.
and now they're tightened down on that, and they're like, fuck,
now it's
man.
all IP based. You know,
Correct.
And now,
And you know what else they're doing? Set aside from the subscriptions, they're not allowing you to use VPNs.
oh, they're getting smart about that too.
In general, they're not allowing you to take VPNs. They're like, look, they're trying to make VPNs illegal.
Right.
Like you can't have a VPN.
But that's not going to
anymore.
work because work uses VPN. Corporations.
Well, I mean, I think they'll filter it
VPNs
for certain
will-
things
VPNs
because I
will
was
never
using
be
VPN.
illegal.
I wanted to get. I was streaming the NFL. No, not porn.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
I was streaming the NFL
Gay porn.
because it was not porn.
Horse.
It's NFL porn.
Horse.
Anyway,
Some mule.
I would say that I was in Denmark. You know what? Forget it. You win.
Denmark porn.
You guys won. Well done.
It's
Well done.
Danish.
I was I was
Hey.
shamed so badly I couldn't finish my story. Well, that's just a great way to end this podcast.
There you go.
Yeah, but thank you for bringing up a Governor
more
Glenn
fucking
Youngkin.
abuse.
Oh, abuse.
It's a hostile work environment, listeners. It's a hostile work environment.
It is a hostile work environment. It is a dudes like us moment, and we're going to capture this. And
Yeah, of course we are.
Yes, we are.
Denmark porn.
It's
What the fuck?
It's August 14th. Oh my gosh! So it's August 14th. My dad's birthday is in 9 days.
Julie's birthday.
He'll
Awesome.
be 83 years old.
Julie's birthday is next Wednesday.
Cool.
Next Wednesday.
Yes.
Fucking A, man. We got to talk about our parents getting older.
I know.
Shut up, Jeff. Just like
So that's not happening for me.
yeah. Well, they are, but
There you go.
jeez, now it's awkward.
What do you
Very.
Sean?
Thank you,
God.
Mr. Producer, staying on top of stuff. Dudes like us. I'm Sean.
I'm Denmark porn.
You're Denmark.
Jeff.
You're Denmark, Paul. Paul Wool.